Alright guys, welcome back to another video. My name's Jacob, and in today's video we're looking at a super important topic: how to use can, could, might, will, and would. Czech speakers often confuse these and mix them up, so today we're going to make it super clear when you should use each one. Alright guys, so we're going to get started with the difference between can and could, and then we'll look at might and will and would. So can and could, they are used the same, but can is used for real situations and could is used for theoretical situations. So let me give an example about what I mean. Let's say that your friend is moving house next week and it's really happening for real, and maybe you can help him. You can help him move house. You can see already I'm using can. So you would say to your friend, well, if you want, I can bring my car and I can help you move. We're using can because this is a real situation. He is actually moving next week. But if this was not a real situation, let's say I have a friend, I've got Ryan, and maybe he will move house in the future. It's just theoretical. Then I will say everything with could. I will say, well, Ryan, if you do move house, I could bring my car and I could help you move. Because this is a theoretical situation, it's not actually happening. So that's the difference between can and could, real and theoretical. And often people ask me, well, Jacob, sometimes you say things like, oh, could I get you a coffee? But that's not a theoretical situation, that's a real situation. Now, this is because in English, if you want to sound more polite, we always use more theoretical language, even though it is a real situation. So if you want to be very polite, you would say to your friend, well, could I get you a coffee? It just sounds more polite than can I get you a coffee. So this sounds very good if you're in work and you want to say to someone, oh, could you wait here for 5 minutes? It just sounds much more polite, zdvořilý, than can you wait here? So that's the difference between can and could. And it's the same with will and would. So will is for real situations and would is for theoretical. For example, a real situation would be, I will have a pizza tonight. That's a real situation, so I use will. Whereas I could say things like, if I was a millionaire, I would go to the Caribbean every winter. That's just a theoretical situation because I'm not a millionaire. Alright guys, so that's just kind of the beginning, the difference between real and theoretical, can and could, and will and would. But now let's look at when we actually use these modal verbs. Alright, let's start with can or could, because this is the most important one. We use can or could to say that something is a possible option. It's physically possible, there's nothing stopping us from doing it. For example, let's talk about what's possible now, what's physically possible. I could stay here and keep talking to you, that's something possible. I could leave, that's also a possible thing. I could go to this window over here and jump out the window. It's physically possible, there's nothing stopping me from doing it. Now, what's important to understand with can and could is it does not talk about the likelihood of it happening. The likelihood is the pravděpodobnost. It's not high or low, it's just a yes or no question. Is it possible or is it not possible? It's like binary, it's a 1 or a 0, it's a yes or a no. It's not about the likelihood. So if I say I could jump out the window, it means yes, it's possible. But we're not talking about how likely it is. That's why we have might and will and would, because these are used for the likelihood, the pravděpodobnost, of something happening. If I say something might happen, this means it has about a 50-50 chance, 50% chance of happening. So if I say I might jump out the window later, you should definitely call the police or something, because it means I'm thinking 50% chance I will jump out the window. That's pretty crazy, okay? And will and would, they're used for 100% situations. So if I said, I will jump out the window, it means 100% I will do it for a real situation. Or theoretically, if I was a millionaire, I would go to the Caribbean every winter. That's 100% something I would do. So we have can and could, it's just yes or no. It's just, is it possible or not possible? Might is 50-50 likelihood, and will and would are 100% likelihood. So let's just look at a couple of examples of this. Let's talk about my plans for the evening. What I will do, 100%, what I might do, 50-50, and some things that I could do, but I probably will not do them, but they're possible. So tonight, I definitely will have dinner. That's 100% something I'm going to do. I might have a bottle of wine. That's 50-50. I've not decided yet. And things I could do, well, this is anything that's possible. I could go for a walk, I could go to the gym, I could hang out with some friends. Could is not that useful, it's just saying if it's possible or not possible. And let's look at a theoretical example as well. If I was a millionaire, what would I do? 100%. What might I do? 50-50. And what could I do? It's everything that's possible. So 100% I would buy a really nice motorbike, because I love motorbikes. I might give some money to my friends, just 50-50, it depends if they really need it. And things I could do, this is anything that's possible. I could give all the money to charity. I definitely wouldn't, but I could do it. There's nothing stopping me from doing it. So guys, to practice this, it would be great if you could write in the comments something that you will do today, something you might do, and something that you could do, but probably not because it's a little bit strange. And also maybe try a theoretical one. Say, if you were a millionaire, what would you do? What might you do? And what could you do? But you probably wouldn't, because that would be a waste of your money. Alright guys, I hope you liked that video. As always, make sure to learn all the words you need in the Speak Like Me app and check out the Speak Like Me podcast for some advanced listening practice. Really hope you liked that video, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.